Yeah. Interesting. Do I not need to use the overlays thing? I don't know. Anyway. Welcome back to the stream. Do I not need to use the overlays thing? I don't know. Alright, okay. So what is this doing again? You're just putting him in the right spot. What's this radius on it? Doesn't need to be that high, does it? I'll just do 2. Yep. I guess the reason you have it higher, like what I would really want to do, this is something which I know you can do, is I would prefer to have it at like, if we could have it at this Y level. I don't know. What's it? NPC. I mean, look, there's always going to be like the chance that you're going to spawn this thing multiple times, unless you're checking if it's spawned all the time. Okay, so we can get rid of this guy. So how would you want to start it at this point? The thing is, I want to like finalize this because we're getting close to where we need to be to start the map. One of my thoughts was doing something like this. That's not. What am I doing? Does this look like an arrow if you do it like that? Yeah, it does. What I'd like to do is you do it. Yeah, maybe the character's standing here. I think like what I was thinking is like when you start it, you obviously see the character already, right? And this section is just to begin the scene, right? Because I just think that like if you teleport over, It's too much of a like continuity to not have the character appear at the beginning. That's why I did this section here. And also it works because if the character appears, right? I mean, I could do... The thing about, like, some of it is that this last bit... is almost unnecessary, I think. The problem is I can't seem to find a way to get the... I don't think there's any other arguments in this, right? So what it will do is it will just always spawn it right there. You know what I could do though is... Like, the thing is... I mean... That's the thing. I'm thinking, like, why even have that at all? The only thing is that this would mean... Yeah, because I can't decide, I can't choose where the... It's like, if is seeing the... You know what I might try, actually? I'm just curious about this. Because I don't want to see the command block, right? What if I did this? Might work, actually. It might work. It does work. Right? So, what that tells me is that we can have him here, right? Because the thing is, right, if we spawn into this location... Because I'm thinking, like, what if we come from the other side, right? If we come from the other side, this will never trigger, right? Unless we obviously stand on here. The thing is, I can't do anything about that. Like, there's always the opportunity for the player to have two of these guys standing here at the same time, if they decide to jump on this pad instead. But I think it has to be this way, right? And it's sort of clear that this is the way you go through. I really would like to minimize the size of this thing to be, like, much smaller though. Like, because it seems a bit spread out, right? We also need to have the kill switch, right, as well. Because if I could make a whole section of going one way and then going back the other way, and it was completely... Because realistically, right, I could just copy and paste a whole structure and I'd be able to get, like... It would just be so easy to copy and paste a whole structure multiple times. Okay, so we need to think how we're going to do that. So we arrive on this platform, and what we want to do is we want to see him right here. We see him right here. We're going to go a little bit here, and then we want it to be right there. We want to try and make the size of this much smaller. This is really like an optimization episode, I guess. Okay. So to get him right here, we need to move this to the other side, right? So we've got this. Let's do that. We want to make this nice and small, right? So while there will be some chance. The thing is, once it's all finished, it's actually fairly unlikely that the player would spawn it multiple times. So we have this, and we just put one repeater in there, right? That's all we did. So we're really going to try to like do this really nicely, right? Okay. Because everything is there. Everything is there for it to be. We're going to have to set up the other. It's basically going to have to be like a two-way system. I'm just thinking. Because the thing is, right, this doesn't need to be this high up. We need to start thinking like this needs to go into the ground more. Because here's the thing, right? If I put this block down one now, we can still have our surface, right? And when I copy and paste it into somewhere else, it will make it a lot easier to work with. Okay. So then we have, so there's two command blocks after that. Here and here. Let's just put them the way that actually looks correct, even if it makes no difference. Okay. And we know that for the first one, right? Yeah, we're not going to need to worry about the second one being that. That's the problem, though. If this is going to be that, it has to be higher up, now I think about it. You know what? I think it's better to have it like a yeah. Just thinking like I'm just thinking about how it will look. I've got a lot of them, haven't I? It's because of the way I've been moving around. Just thinking. It's very important that I get this right because I'm going to be repeating this like 500 times. Like I think like I just can't have it into the ground, right? So I think it has to be higher up. I think I have no real choice here. Unfortunately. Because it can't do that. It has to be at this level, right? Okay. So what we really have to do is something like this, maybe like a platform here, and then a platform like here. So what radius did we decide on? A radius of 2, right? So it's unlikely, to be honest, in the real game that he's going to be going back in. And even if it does, we've already established it doesn't really matter if we have multiples, but it probably won't happen that often. So we'll do something like that. I wish it didn't have to be at a different level though. But it kind of does. It kind of does. Well, no, actually, of course it doesn't really. I know this is like so stupid. Like I'm sure there's like such a simple solution here. Right. I just move everything down, right? Yeah, I just move everything down. To be flush with the ground. Wait, no, wait. This has to be at this level. Well, I want this at this level, right? But I want to be standing at the same level so that when I see the guy, he's flat on, right? So this has to go down this section here, right? Okay. I got it. So this does go down, right? And then somehow we're going to have to... Will it work if I just put a solid block there? I just want to check. Wait once. Alright, let's take this. Okay, that's fine. Right, good. So that's going to work pretty nicely, right? Let's remove that. Just going to remove this for now. This is the episode where we do it really, really smoothly. Because I don't want to have to do this ever again. Because to be honest, this part of it is super is not my idea of fun, to be honest. But it's so essential to do it because I thought otherwise nothing bloody works. But I would like to be at a stage where I can not have to do it. Right. So that is now perfect. Why does it look like there's a little shadow? I guess there's a shadow. So if he's starting at that spot, right? To avoid the shadow, we need a little 3x3 around him. Right, so that's going to be a perfect spot. So just to give some idea about how this might work, let's go back and just check how it works from the beginning. Because this is the thing that was very important. That the second one works really well. The first one, you hope it works, but this one you really need it to work. We may just do things differently for like the first and the second, right? I'm in the wrong spot now. I may just be facing the wrong way as well. Is it that when you teleport you face the same way or what? So what is this? 103, 0, 72. 103, 72, 0. Let's try again. It's not going to matter. The facing thing I don't care about that much. I think the facing thing can be excessive, to be honest. Because you can't really trust where the player will be facing. And unless you want to immediately change the facing. Yeah, that's not good. Am I just in the wrong place? Why didn't it spawn immediately? Yeah, I mean, literally the right place. Should I just do it on 3? You know what I really need to... The other thing I really need to do is work out how do we just get a slightly larger area without... I don't want to do the whole radius. I just want it to be on a... There is a way to do it just on a... To specify the area a bit better than this. We'll just keep on working on this though. It doesn't look like it works though. It should though, because it should be the first time. That's interesting, it doesn't seem to trigger it. It's on though. Is it something with the... Why is it not triggering it? You know what it is? It's because I'm not going outside of range. Okay, it'll be off now for sure, right? I think I think you have to test it from this position because you always will be outside of range. Or maybe you won't. Let me think. So let me just see what happens if I do it from here. I'm just trying to think of the different locations you can be at. Because it gets unloaded, right? And it might get unloaded when you're in range. And then it wouldn't work. Yeah, you see, it works then. I think, to be honest, you can make it so that it's very unlikely the player, unless they specifically decide to do that, would be standing there. So I think that's okay, right? All right. So we don't really need that. You don't even really need the other one either. So I just want to think like how we want to do this. So it's probably best to be standing right here. So that'd be 103.73.1. So it's almost like I would like to have like a path that we can go out of. Maybe higher than that. Yeah. Like if we want to do it really like accurately. I think we do, right? I think we just want to get really accurate here at this point. Because we've got the setup that we want. And the point is, right, is that if you, whichever way you're teleporting, if you're going back, you see, you're not going to be coming this way anyway. So the position that you unload from will be different. So it should be able to reload once you come back. The only way, yeah, there is no way to get back without going the other direction. So there's basically no chance of what I just did, which was basically just TPing back when I was still within range. And it got unloaded when it was still within range. So that actually could not happen, right? You know what I need to do? I need to change this to 1 quickly. You alright, Neutron? How you doing? Okay, we're still not actually where I wanted to be. I want to be 1 forward. I want to be on... Do we want to be here? I think we probably want to be here, right? So he's right there. So that'd be at 2. I've been streaming 29 minutes. I'm a little bit busy today, though, Neutron. I really want to get this done. Okay, so this is going to be 2. So let's see if we can get that perfect. Okay, so we're in exactly the right spot now. Okay, so what we can do is we can make this actually a little bit tight around here. Oops. So how can we make this box as small as possible, right? That's really what I'm thinking. If we're standing right here, we need an exit point. Right there. I think probably something like this would be good. We'll just do it here. I think we'll surround it very, very closely here. Because this is a good way to land. So we go here, and then we're going to immediately want to go. We need to have some space so that the player doesn't have to go. Okay. Let's check this one more time. Okay, perfect. Okay. So this is unnecessary at this point. I'll keep it anyway, just in case I want to use it. But this is looking pretty clean at the moment. Okay. So we really want to make this as small as possible so that when we copy it, it's very, very small. Let's just remove this whole section here. And what we could do is we may be able to copy it once before anyway. Okay, so that's as small as we can get, right? Remove, 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 remove. Oh no, wait a minute. Okay, any more I can remove? So nothing's actually going on that one at the moment. If something does go on, we'll have to remove it. So that is as small as it gets at this point, right? Let's check again. So we basically want to make it as small as possible. We want it still to work. And there he is. Okay, so what happened to the carpet? Okay, so how is he going to come out? So what do we have here? No, I did not want to do that. Okay. So now, okay, that looks good. I almost feel like I could do it like a So just to clarify, this here we have a reset and a start, right? So these need to be wired up to the arrow, and then we need to do the test for with the TP and then the kill. So these are all the components we need. We need to put these in a really small space if we can, because the smaller space we get it. Let's begin by mirroring this section. Well, actually, we can't really yet, because we don't know how. So how small can we really make this? I feel if the arrow starts, so if the arrow starts like here, we give the player the opportunity to not hit the arrow, right? Yeah, it does look different. Minecraft has changed a lot, especially in the latest versions, because they changed all the textures. I mean, I'm thinking like I could just. The thing is, I was thinking of doing this big arrow, but maybe it's not that useful because it's hard to tell which way you're going anyway in Minecraft. I mean, the thing is, I would need to do something like that. I don't really want to use a sign though. It's almost like I could. I'm not sure how I'm gonna. I think I just will leave it, and the player will just have to know this stuff. I don't know why you're watching it, dude. So we have to go. Okay, so we'll make, yeah, I think like having it 2 spots like this, because if you think about it, that is how many ways is that? 1, 2, and then 1, 2. So this is actually in a logical spot, right? It makes sense, especially if we're keeping this really nice and small. I wish you could just delete all of them. Can you not? Oh, what am I doing? Right, no way. So here, we're going to link it up underneath again. Okay. But again, we want to be very, very small because we can't. Yeah, because this range, right, is 3. I would love to do a smaller range. I don't know if I can get around that. So how are we going to do that? Here we can just put it directly underneath, right? I think so. Yeah, I would like. The thing is, the only improvement to this will be to change the repeating command block to specify an area rather than a radius, because a radius. Does it? Okay, that's good. Okay, so we need to do the radius here. I'd love to do a radius of 2 if I can. Is there a way I can just do radius 2? It's a little bit more difficult with this because it has to. Well, actually, it's not really. I might change that to radius of 2 if it will work properly. Sometimes radius of 2 for some reason doesn't work properly because it's like you're a little bit away. Is that right underneath? Yeah. Okay. That looks alright. And then we just put these guys in. We could just put them straight. Okay. So we'll do a very similar thing, right? We actually don't even need that one. Well, we'll leave some blocks even though they're not that useful. We'll have the comparator here. And then we can just go straight into the yeah, we don't need to worry too much about this bit because these can just be under here. We like to put it this way, right? No, you don't want that. Let's do it in a nice. Yeah. There we go. The command to clear an area is this. I'm not going to show you, to be honest. You need to, I told you at the beginning I have to work today. This is very important I get this done because I'm trying to make a whole map. Okay. So this can go in here. This one can go in here. I mean, look, obviously we'll have to change the... I don't know if there's a way to generate... To be honest, it won't matter if I just have to change these things. If everything's already placed, it's going to speed up... It's going to speed everything up to the point where it won't really make any difference. Okay. So, let's just do a quick test of this. So these should be irrelevant now. Okay. Okay, so here he is. Okay, so that's working pretty nicely. We'll see if I actually need to move him or not. So we need to have the oh, sorry, what am I doing? Right. You just need to do a fill command. You fill with air. That's all you do. Okay. So this way you can just walk straight past here and you don't have to access that. Okay. So that's pretty clear. We don't need this. You know what? I'm just going to check what path he walks along. What's my coordinates here? 1,000, 0. So he's walking this path, right? Okay, I placed it there. So that's the path he's walking at the moment. So you see, once we mirror this, we'll be able to go back and forth. I told you, it's this. That's how you do it. Okay. So, do I want him walking that path? Probably not, right? If I could make this even smaller, it would be better. He goes in the middle here. I don't want to go too near. So he goes in the middle there. So that's one away, and then it's one away. It would make sense for him to start here. If we're going to make this really small, right? Well, maybe I'll make it a little bit further. I don't know. Like, if we stand here, where do we want him to appear? Maybe here. Yeah, I think like there would be fine. He appears. So instead, we want him walking down here, right? And if we're going to make this really small, we need to basically make this bit we're going to need to bring this in, make it underground. Yeah. Okay. And then what do we have on this guy? We need to lower. We need to start lowering these radiuses down, just making it, because the lower the radius, the less of a problem it will be. Okay, so let's start by getting him to walk this path instead. Or did I start the scene already? Oh, I think I did, you know. Ah, just missed it. It's so annoying the way I did this, but anyway. You know what the problem is, though, is I've noticed is that it's too near. Can I really not just make this a 1? Yeah, I don't understand why this doesn't work as a 1. Because 1 really would be perfect. You see, it doesn't work. I don't know why that is, or there's a special place on the block I need to go. But like, can I do like a 1.5? I don't think you can, right? Oh no, it did work. What happened there? That was weird. Let's go a bit higher so we've got a chance to actually fall down. Oh no, something weird's happening now. Okay, it's all working well now. Yeah. Okay. It's not like... It's not like terrible, right? See, here we're alright. It's just about there. I don't know. I don't think it will be like a huge problem, to be honest. Yeah, will it... where were we at? I think it'll be alright. Okay, so we have to follow his path. Yeah, I think that will be okay. I think it will be okay. Because the thing is, it won't really matter. Like, as long as you can get past... You see, I can get past... And I think, like, that is what you would do. It's unlikely, right, you're going to come out of here. It's very unlikely you'd come out of here and be like... Oh, do you know what I mean? You wouldn't just... And even that didn't work. You have to really veer, like, about there. So it's alright. Okay. So now... Let's put him in the right spot this time. So we've currently got 10, 12, 73, 2. We want him to be on this line. So 10, 12. So we need him to be at 10:09, 73, 2. Let's try that. Oh 09, 10:09, 10:09. Okay. Okay, so we go down here. Okay. Good. But you can see how once you get to this point, Neutron. Why is it saying? You know what the problem is? He's just in slightly the wrong place at the moment. I think we're going to have to optimize this one again. But anyway, so he's walking down the right line now. What is going on with this? Okay, so he's walking down this line. So currently we have a 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So we have a 2.4 second gap here, right? He's walking down this line. So before he was walking down this line, we went there. So if he's walking down this line, we want him to go. He's walking down this line, we put it there. He's walking down this line, we put it here, right? Wait. Yeah, we have to put it a little bit further away. Yeah, I think we do it the same way. So we can put it here. So we put it there, right? And we'll put it in this way. So we'll copy this over and do that. And put it in. And we'll do I think a 2 should work. But maybe we need a 3. A 3 will definitely work. Right. And now we need to do a 2.4. So we need to make sure we can't see. So if he's walking down here. Well, actually, that's too near, isn't it? If he's walking down here, it needs to be over here, actually. So you can go here and here and here and here. Right. So then we can do this. Because we don't want to be able to see it, right? And then maybe what we could try, again, let's try and make this as small as possible. So this could end up being the full size of the thing. So we look there, right? It's going to be super small. Maybe. I mean, maybe we could do it 1 further away, just to give it a little bit of room. I don't want to give it much room, though. We can definitely get 2.4 delay in here, though, right? Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what happens at this point. Oh, this shouldn't really be here, but no, I just didn't get it. Really? That doesn't get it for 3. That's weird, isn't it? You would think maybe let me just get rid of this. You would think it would get it here. Where is he? Isn't that weird that it doesn't work for 3 over there? It has to be a 4 for some reason. Oh. Did I not set it up? Say what? Can it not go through walls? Of course it can go through walls. What? Surely not. Oh. Oops. I'm surprised you didn't notice that one, Neutron. Let's do it back to 3 then, maybe. Okay, let's start with 2, and we'll just move up. 2. You see, this is going to be really easy for people to do. 2, no. 3. Three is good. Okay, so yeah, I want it to be like extensible. Oh, you know the problem was he didn't actually die that time. It's because it was too short, the range. Sorry. So this is a good location. We'll just copy that. So what do we have? For some reason I'm forgetting what a repeater starts at. Yeah, these are all the long ones, right? So we've got 4, 8, 12. Have I got this in there? Yeah, I do. We need to put a redstone here. What's the quickest way to... I don't even know. Four, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. I could probably put it like here. Something like that. As long as it fits in there in the little box there. And then we'll eventually cover this up as well. So let's have a look again. Yeah, it kind of worked. Kind of worked pretty well. And the NPC died as well. Not that one. So this is getting close to what we want, really. The only other piece of the puzzle is this. This can go. The only other piece is this guy. And this is a little bit tricky because we need to get it right with the timing here. And again, we're going to need to do under... Can we just check it again? So it didn't get the... We do need to make this a little bit longer. We'll put this in the corner here. Oh no, actually we've got some space here as well. Okay. No problem, dude. No problem. So let's try putting it right underneath here. We'll take another command block. It's going to be right here. It extends the size of it by a little bit, but by such a small amount that it barely matters. The thing is, like, you can sort of get away with as long as he dies, but you just don't see. That is the difficult thing. Do you have the extra TP in there or not? Right. Let's just... how about that? It is very clean now. Just need to work on the timing a bit. It's basically finished, this one. Do range equals 3 on that. So he dies too early, right? Or in other words, the teleport is too... If I do that... Do some of let's make all these 1 tick. You still see him die though, so we need to do it even quicker. I've basically got too many repeaters here. Should be alright about there. I never know quite how far to push this. But the thing is, the only reason I'm thinking of not doing the TP is because... I don't know, maybe the TP is essential, to be honest. Even if it is, right, I can always just move him into within the structure itself. Because the thing is, like, if you look at what I did for the first world, over here, see how much cleaner that looks? I just want to check how clean it looks again. Yeah, you see, that was really good. And the timing, I've noticed that timing where it goes red, it's like such an interesting thing because that little tick where it goes red is almost like you can't actually tell that that's like the beginning of the kill animation because it lasts for such a short period of time. Okay, so what we're going to do is I think we're going to have to copy that, right? But we will have to leave that for next time, I think, because we've been streaming over an hour now. But this is looking good, though, in terms of the size of this thing. It's not going to matter even if I could make this smaller this bit. I could even teleport the... yeah, it's not... There's space, right? Because we have to go 2 blocks below. It's going to have to be like a certain height anyway, this thing. What's up with my flying? So yeah, so the final tasks, just to clarify, getting the little kill thing sorted, and then yeah, so we could go out here, right? We need to have a space to go out. Yeah, I mean, essentially this wall doesn't really matter. And then if we wanted to, right? I'm just thinking, like, what happens if we go here? Nothing happens, right? Because there's no NPC there. So we always have to grab the NPC and then do the scene, right? And then it always works perfectly. Okay. Alright, that's all.